Welcome to Meeple Podcast, Season 4.
Welcome to Meeple Podcast. In Season 2, I published the making of Season 1. In Season 3, I published the making of Season 2. And now I have just published the last one about Season 3, all of them in the Spanish language. But I'm going to try to do a global making of in English about the 3 previous seasons. I want to mention that all my work in this process has been focused in Spanish speakers. But from the beginning, I have created English interviews for the international community. It has been in this Season 4 that I have given it a twist, making both episodes in English and Spanish. So I want to open the English speakers audience much more. This episode you are listening to has been made for English people exclusively. I want to tell you I arrived to BGA at the same time I knew the game of Carcassonne. At the beginning, I was very excited with this wonderful game, because of it was very easy to play, but in the end, tactic and strategy were important to understand the gameplay in a different level. When my son was born in 2015, I left little by little the presidence of the local chess club of my town. I had been player, organizer and arbiter, but in that moment I was required to put all my attention on the family. Of course, at the end, I left chess in 2016, before my son's first birthday. I have played many other board games since I was a child, in the 1980s, but I knew nothing about the modern board games. I missed everything that was happened from 1995 to 2021, because I focused on chess for many years. But in 2021, using this incredible platform, BGA, I discovered Carcassonne thanks to a friend. When the face-to-face competition came to me, it changed my particular view of the game. Then I started to think it would be interesting to improve my level in competitive Carcassonne, and I searched for more information about the game and books of strategy and tactics, like chess. But I only found the book of Carcassonne. After that, I do to mention the Japanese books from Takafumi and Henro, but it was a small world in comparison with chess. So I thought about the possibility in writing a book for Spanish fans of competitive Carcassonne. In fact, I signed a contract with Hamsing Gluck for publish a book, like Steve D and Dan Short, but was my first podcast about my work as a postman that made me to try another one about the game. There was no one in the big world of podcasts, and I have entered into the new Carcassonne Spain community, and I understood that there were many nicks on BGA and arena competition, but they all were only virtual friends. What I wanted to do was connect people who were passionate in Carcassonne and feel ourselves more close to each other, above all thinking in the Spanish Championship. The first season of Meeple Podcast was focused in this Carcassonne Spain community. Also Carcassonne.cat members, starting with Pere Vives, passed into the channel with their great interviews, and the international community when Melvin Quaresma and Alexei, they both accepted the invitation. After them, it came several guests like Chris Wallace, the inventor of Cubasson, Tricasson, Fritzson, etc., and Willing with his Carcassonne Museum. But this season was entirely for Spanish speakers. Season 2 was focused in the same way, but it was a bit different. I made round tables to talk about board games in the school and other board games, the Carcassonne in Carcassonne Festival, and a group of guests to analyze the expansions and mini-expansions of Carcassonne. Also, I interviewed, in the French language, Vivian Charlotte from France. That guy who wins because he is one of the best, but lost because of luck. I had in the show the winner of the World Championship in Germany 2022, Arpad Guerre, and before him there was an interview with Thomas Moller from Spielecentrum and Elias Mochan, accomplished band on BGA from Mexico. In any case, the second season was between the summer of 2022 and the winter. Since January to June of 2023, Season 3 took place, focusing myself into tournaments, Carcassonne Spain League, WTCOC and face-to-face qualifiers for the Spanish National Championship. The international interviews in this season were Isabella del Corso, Lady of Avalon, who also was the voice of the opening song of the Season 3, Joseph Thion, Siegfried on BGA, Osvaldo del Arco from Mexico and Wintao Ng from Hong Kong, Fobem on BGA. And Season 4 has been started with the international community and the players of the World Championship in Germany, HERM 2023. This is the truth about the podcast. My name is Joaquin, I have an online webpage called elcarterodecarcassonne.com, and inside this website is the feed RSS of the podcast, the Carcassonne Connection blog, and the source of Meeple letter, the newsletter of my project. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Luis Aparicio and Melvin Quaresma, the first interview in Spanish and the first in English. See you in the next episode.